Imagine a world where the earth holds secrets from millions of years and the sky shines with a promise of eternity. Welcome to Mongolia. The Gobi Desert, vast and golden, is a paleontological treasure, revealing fossils like the velociraptor in mortal combat, frozen 74 million years ago. In the Naadam arenas, Bok, Mongolian wrestling, mesmerizes with warriors dancing like eagles, seeking the title of Lion of the Nation. Under a blue sky that shines 250 days of sun, the steppes come alive, guiding nomads and illuminating yurts. Buddhism, nearly extinguished by communist repression in the 1930s, was reborn in monasteries like Gandan, defying history. The Przewalski's horse, the untamed Taki, gallops free, a symbol of resilience after escaping extinction. And in the minus 40 degrees Celsius winter, Mongolians savor Eskimo ice cream, a sweet paradox that warms the heart. This is Mongolia, where the past and present dance under the eternal sky. Gobi Desert and Fossils. A place where the wind whispers stories from millions of years, where golden dunes guard secrets of creatures that ruled the earth before humans even dreamed of existing. This place is the Gobi Desert, a vast expanse of 1.3 million square kilometers between Mongolia and northern China, the fifth largest desert in the world. But the Gobi is not just a sea of sand and rocks. It's one of the greatest open-air paleontology museums, where dinosaur and early mammal fossils emerge as time capsules, challenging our imagination. One of the Gobi's most iconic finds happened in 1923 at the Flaming Cliffs, or Bayanzag, when Roy Chapman Andrews unearthed the first known dinosaur eggs. Imagine the thrill of finding, under the scorching sun, fossilized 9-inch shells, revealing that dinosaurs laid eggs like modern birds. These eggs, belonging to species like the oviraptor, opened a window into these giants' reproductive behavior. Another treasure is the fighting dinosaurs fossil, discovered in 1971. This find, a velociraptor locked in mortal combat with a protoceratops, is like a photograph frozen in time. The velociraptor, with its sharp claws sunk into the prey, and the protoceratops biting the predator's arm, were buried by a dune mid-fight 74 million years ago. This fossil, a Mongolian national treasure, shows the violence and drama of prehistoric life. Can you imagine the tension of that moment, eternalized in rock? In 1993, paleontologists found 67 dinosaur fossils, including a fossilized embryo, and in 2006, Jack Horner's team collected 67 Psittacosaurus skeletons, a herbivorous dinosaur with a parrot-like beak. These numbers impress, but what fascinates is the quality. Many fossils are so well preserved they reveal details like skin texture and even stomach contents. More recently, in 2019, an expedition uncovered a rat-sized mammal's jawbone, named Ravja Ishtri, from the Zelestidae family, which lived between 166 million years ago. Its high molars suggested adapted to eat seeds and fruits, showing how the spread of flowering plants shaped mammal evolution. Finding such a tiny fossil in the vast Gobi is like finding a needle in a haystack, said researcher Mototaka Sanayoshi. The Gobi also holds giant footprints, like the largest dinosaur tracks ever found, announced in 2016. These marks, preserved in rocks, tell stories of giants that walked a lost world. And it's not just dinosaurs. Crocodile and turtle skeletons indicate the Gobi was once a watery ecosystem, defying the arid image we have today. Why is the Gobi so special? Its isolated location, shielded by the Himalayas, and extreme climate created perfect conditions for fossil preservation. Sandstorms, which today challenge nomads and travelers, were the same ones that buried these creatures, protecting them from decay. Plus, the desert's vastness, with only 3% dunes and the rest rocks and steppes, makes exposed fossils easier to find. If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to the channel now. Bok, Mongolian wrestling. A vibrant arena under Mongolia's blue sky, where bare-chested warriors face off in a ritual blending brute strength, elegance, and centuries of tradition. We're talking about Bok, Mongolian wrestling, a sport that pulses at the heart of Mongolia's culture, the only country where wrestling is the #1 sport. More than a competition, Bok is a celebration of courage, honor, and Genghis Khan's legacy, who turned nomads into invincible conquerors. Let's dive into the curiosities and most fascinating themes of this spectacle, which thrills audiences at the Naadam Festival and beyond. Bok, practiced for over 2,000 years, is one of Mongolia's 3 manly skills, alongside archery and horsemanship. Its origins trace to the steppes, where warriors tested strength and strategy to prove their bravery. Genghis Khan, in the 13th century, required his troops to practice Bok to hone tactics and stay in shape, making it a pillar of Mongolian military supremacy. Today, Bok is the star of Naadam, the Steppe Olympics, held every July, recognized by UNESCO as intangible cultural heritage of humanity. For 3 days, the capital Ulaanbaatar pulses with 512 wrestlers competing in 9 elimination rounds, where the fanatic crowd only truly gets excited from the 5th round, when just 16 warriors remain. Bok's rules are simple but laden with symbolism. 2 wrestlers, dressed in tight shorts, blue or red, and an open vest called a zodog, face off in an open field. The goal? Make the opponent touch the ground with any body part except the feet, elbow, knee, back, or head. Supporting oneself with hands is allowed, requiring balance and cunning. Each wrestler is joined by a zasul, a motivator who holds their hat and chants encouragement, acting as a second but never a coach. Curiously, the open vest has an intriguing story. Legend says a woman disguised as a man once defeated all the men, causing a scandal. Since then, the open chest ensures only men compete. What makes Bok mesmerizing is its blend of strength and grace. Before and after each match, competitors perform the eagle dance, a choreography mimicking the majestic flight of the bird, with fluid movements and outstretched arms. A 120-kilo wrestler turned into a light dancer is an unforgettable sight. Winners are awarded animal titles. After 5 victories, they become Nachin, falcon, with 7, Zon, elephant, and the national champion earns the Lion of the Nation title. These names reflect the Mongols' deep connection to nature and reverence for strength and agility. Another curiosity is Bok's influence on other martial arts. Many Mongolian wrestlers, trained from childhood, excel in judo and sumo internationally. Mongolia dominates Olympic judo, and it's speculated that rule changes in the 2000s were made to curb their supremacy. Techniques like the ukemata, judo throw, appear in Bok, suggesting cultural exchange with Japan. In sumo, Mongolian wrestlers like Hakko Sho revolutionized the sport, bringing the steppes tenacity. Bok also reflects Mongolian hospitality. Foreign wrestlers are welcome and don't need to follow all traditions, allowing them to incorporate their own cultural elements. During Naadam, the crowd roars, snaps fingers, and chants guttural songs, creating an intoxicating atmosphere. And it's not just brute force. Strategies like trips, leg lifts, and blocks show the wrestlers' tactical intelligence, as if playing chess with their bodies. A surprising fact is the lack of weight categories. A scrawny wrestler can face a giant, and skill often trumps strength. In 2016, a Mongolian athlete reached the World Wrestling Championship finals, showcasing Bok's global power. The sport also carries spiritual weight. White banners, made from the manes of 81 horses, symbolize victory and peace, echoing Genghis Khan's traditions. Bok is not just a sport, it's Mongolia's soul in motion. Every fall, every dance, every crowd cheer connects the present to the nomadic past. Watching it, you don't just see a fight, but a story of warriors who conquered the world. Join us on this adventure. Dream of traveling to this incredible country? Leave in the comments, "I dream." 250 days of sun. Why 250 days of sun? The answer lies in Mongolia's unique geography. Surrounded by the Altai Mountains and shielded by the Himalayas, the region escapes many wet fronts, resulting in an arid climate with little precipitation. Ulaanbaatar, the capital, records just 260 millimeters of rain a year, less than many deserts. This means, on average, 70% of days are sunny, with the sky open from horizon to horizon. In winter, temperatures can drop to -40 degrees Celsius, but the sun shines brightly, reflecting off the snow and creating a dazzling contrast with the azure sky. In summer, with up to 50 degrees Celsius in the Gobi Desert, the sky stays clear, as if daring the dunes to outshine its glory. This blue sky plays a central role in Mongolian culture. For nomads, who still make up 30% of the population, the sky is more than a backdrop. It's a guide. Herders use the stars to navigate the steppes, and Tengrius shamanism, an ancient belief, reveres the eternal sky as a deity. During the Naadam festival, when the sun lights up wrestling, archery, and horse racing, the blue sky is almost a participant, filling photos with vibrant colors. Even the country's nickname, Land of the Blue Sky, reflects this national pride. But what makes these 250 days of sun so fascinating? First, the visibility. On clear days, you can see mountains dozens of kilometers away, as if the whole world were within reach. Amateur astronomers consider Mongolia a stargazing paradise, with crisp constellations and, occasionally, northern lights dancing in the north. In 2019, scientists recorded a meteor crossing the coved sky, visible for minutes due to atmospheric clarity. It's as if Mongolia's sky is a giant canvas for cosmic spectacles. Another curiosity is the impact on biodiversity. Abundant sun fuels the steppes, sustaining the lives of wild horses, like the Przewalski's horse, and predators like the snow leopard. In the Gobi, reptiles like the Agama lizard thrive in the heat. Even agriculture, though limited, relies on these sunny days for hardy crops like wheat. But it's not all perfect. Solar intensity contributes to desertification, a growing challenge as 90% of Mongolia faces drought. Subscribe to the channel to not miss any adventure. The flame extinguished by communism. Buddhism arrived in Mongolia in the 13th century, but it was in the 16th century, under Altan Khan, that Tibetan Buddhism, from the Gelug school, took root. Monasteries like Erdene, founded in 1585, became centers of learning, art, and meditation. By the early 20th century, Mongolia had over 700 monasteries and 100,000 monks, a third of the male population. Buddhism shaped everything, from weddings to festivals like Tsagaan. Monks, besides spiritual guides, were doctors, astronomers, and scribes, and the Dalai Lama was a revered figure. Everything changed in 1924 when Mongolia became a Soviet satellite state. Communism, with its atheist ideology, saw religion as an obstacle to progress. In 1937, under Stalin's orders, Mongolian leader Khorloogiin Khoibilsan launched a devastating purge. Monasteries were destroyed, turned into stables or prisons. Erdene, with its 62 temples, was reduced to ruins. Over 18,000 monks were executed, and thousands more, forced to abandon their robes, were sent to labor camps or drafted into the army. Sacred books were burned, and Buddha statues melted. Buddhist practice was banned, and even praying at home was risky. But Buddhism's spirit endured in the shadows. Families hid sacred texts in yurts, and rituals were performed in secret. Repression silenced public practice, but not faith. With communism's fall in 1990, Buddhism was reborn. Monasteries like Gandan Tegshan were restored, and today, 50% of Mongolians identify as Buddhists. The Dalai Lama visited the country multiple times, reigniting the spiritual flame. Mongolian Buddhism, with its shamanic rituals and devotion to the eternal sky, is unique. Its near extinction is a story of loss, but also resilience. Under the blue sky, Mongolia proves faith can survive storms. Now tell me, did you enjoy traveling side by side with me through this country? Przewalski's horse. Galloping under the blue sky is the Przewalski's horse, the only truly wild horse on the planet. Known as Taki by Mongolians, meaning spirit or sacred, this sturdy animal is more than a symbol of untamed nature. It's a survivor, a living link to the prehistoric past. Let's gallop through the fascinating history of the Przewalski's horse, a creature that defied extinction and carries the legacy of the steppes. Standing just 1.4 meters tall, with a stocky body, short, bristly mane, and beige coat that shines in the sun, the Przewalski's horse is unlike domestic horses. Genetically unique, it has 66 chromosomes, two more than common horses, and is the closest living relative to the horses in 15,000-year-old Lascaux cave paintings. Discovered in 1879 by Russian explorer Nikolai Przewalski in Central Asia's steppes, this horse roamed Mongolia when Genghis Khan built his empire. In Mongolian culture, the taki is revered. Nomads saw its strength and endurance as gifts from the eternal sky. But in the early 20th century, hunting, habitat loss, and crossbreeding with domestic horses drove the Przewalski to the brink of extinction. By the 1960s, it vanished from the wild, surviving only in zoos. Then, a miracle happened. Reintroduction programs, led by European and Mongolian scientists, brought the taki back to the steppes. Since 1992, Kustay National Park in Mongolia has hosted reintroduced herds. Today, about 2,500 Przewalski's horses live worldwide, with 400 galloping free in Mongolia. What makes the taki so captivating? Its resilience. It endures -40 degrees Celsius winters and scorching Gobi summers, feeding on tough grasses. Its social structure, with harems led by a dominant stallion, is a spectacle of loyalty and struggle. In 2018, cameras captured a stallion defending his herd from wolves, showing the bravery that inspired Mongolian legends. The Przewalski's horse is a symbol of hope. Its return to the wild proves that, with effort, the past can be reborn. Under the blue sky, the taki gallops, reminding us that freedom never surrenders. Don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to the channel now. Mongolia's sweet paradox. In Mongolia, winter is brutal, with temperatures dropping to -40 degrees Celsius in Ulaanbaatar, the world's coldest capital. But for Mongolians, cold isn't a reason to forego life's pleasures. Ice cream, locally called eskim, is a winter favorite, especially among kids and families. Unlike creamy Western ice creams, Mongolian eskim is made from yak or cow milk, frozen in simple molds, often unsweetened, with a rustic flavor reflecting nomadic life. Sold in markets or made at home, it's enjoyed at outdoor fairs, where breath vapor mingles with the crystalline sky. Why ice cream in winter? The answer lies in culture and climate. Milk, a staple of the Mongolian diet, is abundant, and winter's natural cold acts as a giant freezer, preserving ice cream effortlessly. Plus, eating something frozen in frigid temperatures is a way to assert dominance over the harsh environment, an act of bravery almost as Mongolian as bok wrestling. The cold doesn't control us, we embrace it, says a local saying. Kids run through Ulaanbaatar's streets, holding eskim sticks as the wind howls, turning the act into a ritual of resilience. Another curiosity is the recipe's simplicity. Traditional eskim has no artificial flavors. It's pure frozen milk, sometimes mixed with dried fruits or erul, Mongolian dried cheese. In some regions, families add salted tea to the ice cream, creating a flavor contrast that intrigues the palate. Now tell me, did you enjoy traveling side by side with me through this country? Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like to see the next videos. Until next time, and thanks for watching.